right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father in Paleo-Ancient Hebrew, and to Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His name in Paleo-Ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to you few brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy His word in truth and sincerity. We put our lives on the line in these last days to bring you this raw and this uncut truth. To you few sisters and brothers of the hopeful elect, Sister Brother Ariaka from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp, here with another nifty lesson. Let's get into it. All right. As you know, we did a video on the whole food stamp, no SNAP November, right? How they're cutting off the stamps, and there's a lot of women saying what they're going to do. They're going to just go start stealing stuff from the store, and you know, one of the things that we pointed out to you is that the majority of so-called white people are on welfare, and it's a system. It's not just SNAP benefits. Welfare is a different, separate amount of systems that are all part of one that come from government assistance, different forms of government assistance, like Section 8 and, like I say, SNAP benefits and what have you, WIC, And so what we see now is the rise in the dangers for women. See, hot girl summer is over. Okay, hot girl summer is over. The winter, what they say in Game of Thrones, winter has come. All right, we are in a time right now where being a woman and being a child is without any protection, without a man, without these things is very, very dangerous. We are in dangerous times. Okay. So it's a lot that is taking place in a small amount of time. Okay. Reality is kicking in for a lot of women because honestly, I'd say for the past 15 years, a lot of that women's liberation spirit that they programmed into a lot of our women in this society is backfiring. Right now, the birth rates are lower than they've ever been in this country, not just this country, around the world, right? Because of feminism. Feminism is something that the serpent gave Eve, all right, aka the serpent, aka now known as Esau Edom, what he was known as before. Because a serpent can be a person, a serpent-like person, a person with a snake, what do they call it? A forked tongue, tells lies. Okay. This is a deception that, was brought to Eve and brought to Adam. And now, we have the world that we live in now. Okay. Because sin is death to us. And so they've normalized it so much in this society that, a great amount of our women have been deceived. Okay. Our men and women. I'm not going to take them out. Of course, 2/3 of our people are just jacked up. But, yet a lot of our women, they outnumber the men. It's more women than men on this planet. I think the statistic is like 12 to 9? 9 to 12? All right, across the planet. So the ratio of women to men. But regardless, this system has brought along the feminism movement and brought a great divide and separation between our men and women, especially so-called black men and so-called black women. There's a large void that's been driven between us, and a lot of proud behavior, a lot of liberty to gad abroad, as the scripture said. A lot of these false empowerments that were placed on a lot of our women have caused them to get very comfortable. I'm going to refer back to the scriptures as to what I mean. Okay. Matter of fact, we can start it with a scripture. All right. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Right now, a lot of our people, especially a lot of our women, um, are at ease in this society. Let me give you an example. Walking home at night from the club and with your in a tight outfit, a revealing outfit, high heels, walking, even if you live close to a bar or um, you just walking home from the club without a care in the world. It'll be like 2 in the morning. I've seen it, 2, 3 in the morning. Complete disregard for your safety because you've grown at ease in this society because who keeps you safe? It's always been the police and other men that protect you from other men. But now these times have drastically changed. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fall, the gathering shall not come. All right. That gathering is not going to come one day. Nobody's going to gather around to offer you assistance. And we are in those times now. And you're starting to see that a lot. You know, reality is kicking in. And that proud spirit is dying down. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. In the ancient world, when they gird sackcloth, it means to mourn. All right? Like it says, tremble, ye women that are at ease. You should be afraid right now. You should be even more proud and acting tough and doing all of that. That's not what attracts a real man. It is not the time for that. That ship has sailed. Reality is striking fast, and it's starting with those stamps, and it's just going to keep getting worse for us all, but especially for women, because a lot of them will go unprotected, which means that they are in danger. They are much more danger than a man is, and the same thing with children. It says, they shall lament for the teats and the pleasant fields and the fruitful vine. Yeah, shit is not gonna be, look, things aren't gonna be cushy anymore. All right. It's not gonna be this comfortable lifestyle anymore. Like I said, that ship has sailed. All right. Reality is striking fast, and November is gonna be the beginning that a lot of women really see that. Okay. So let me give you a couple examples and then refer back to the scriptures so we can help clarify these prophecies, give you a better understanding of what's about to transpire. There you are. I'm not. If I jumped out, I took it from you. You were down. If I jumped out, I took it. Oh, you got one again? Yeah. I was kidding. No. I was kidding. I was talking. Got the thing on it. There you are. I'm not. If I jumped out, I took it. I'm not sitting here saying every woman, you should go out and get a gun. It's time for you to get a gun and shit. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of men that die with their guns right there on them. They get killed and they don't even get to bust a shot off. You know how many cats die with their gun on them? A gun is not going to save you. Now, in this situation, from this threat he made, right, even if it was real or whether it was hollow, nonetheless, he is showing the mind state that a lot of men are about to come into, which is that free game. Like, hey, women out here looking like a steak dinner. So, you know, your best bet is to have a man. That's the best deterrent for another man. Or a man is another man, okay? Because it'll be some men like shit. They'll see you pull out that gun, be like, okay, and then wait for you to turn your back and disarm you or shoot you with that shit in a non-lethal way and drag you off, man. All right. She could have easily turned around and then turned back around, boom, or hey, whatever. The reality is, he would have never pulled up on her, and she would have had a man walking with her, especially a so-called black man. That motherfucker would have looked, and he would have kept on cruising in his pussy ass car, man. He would have kept going. All right, and him and his Camaro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wouldn't even thought twice about that shit. Well, let's show you some more examples, okay? Because this is just the beginning. That's what she fucked up at. You know? Hey, many men, so-called black men, Latino, Native men, been through this same situation, and this is what you don't do. All right, it's unfortunate. It's fucked up. I get it. You're angry. But as soon as, she felt empowered when that man came, when that so-called black man came and, tried to intervene a little bit, but, she fucked around and she got aggressive, and that's what you don't do. Scriptures say, agree with thy adversary quickly. Yeah, buddy. And whatever it was fucked up. But in this country, a lot of women they grow very complacent and think that, hey, you can't talk to me like that. You can't say nothing like that, and they'll fight back. They'll buck up because in society, a lot of the times they teach you as a child, you're not supposed to hit a girl. Like a woman can do in a sense, do nothing and to be deserving of getting hands put on them. And so they develop this persona that, you ain't gonna put your hands on me and talk to me any kind of way, regardless if you are the law or not. You know, that high and mighty spirit, and that's not the case. Okay, even if you felt like somebody was wrong, you get to resisting and fighting. I mean, because even when he start putting this, which is all this is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yet, like the scripture say, agree with thy adversary quickly. Let me get that real quick. All right, we already know Esau, Edom is our adversaries, somebody that is against you, your enemy, so to speak. This is Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, least at any time. The adversary deliver thee up to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into a prison. All right. And that's what happened to her. And they're going to justify, they can, right now we past the time of just suing the police. That's a wrap right now with ICE running around and Donald Trump and the government lockdown. Look, you're not just going, oh, that's a lawsuit. We're going to sue the police. Look, that shit's falling through. We are about to hit martial law. We are not in those times right now. We are in a police state. We're going straight into a military state. So none of that holds any weight or relevance. They doing whatever seems right to them. Okay. So if you're thinking that, oh, I'll just sue and I'll just do this and I'll act up so they put their hands on me and shit. Nah, you ain't gonna do this to me. All right. Okay. And look at what you'll see. And you're gonna start seeing more of that happen. So I suggest you humble up, cooperate, watch your mouth. Because black woman is notorious for her attitude and in this kingdom and her mouth, man. All right. And Esau get inflamed, and the police ain't gonna play that shit. You saying some nigga that you used to fuck with, these devils is on edge right now, and they looking for you to do something. And they looking for Jake to jump stupid. Let's keep going. Confirm. What the fuck happened? Okay, here we go. Confirming today that 30-year-old Shanti Dixon was found dead. Just next to the dead-end road where she was found on is where Dixon lived. IMPD arresting 29-year-old Francisco Valadez for allegedly killing Dixon. Police say he was her rideshare driver and picked her up around 3:30 in the morning to take her home, but she never made it. While the chief wouldn't say what rideshare app Valadez was working for, according to court documents, he was working for Uber the night he allegedly killed Dixon. In a statement from Uber, they say Valadez has since been banned from driving for the company and that they will assist IMPD with their investigation. Women, you have a right to exist in this community safely, and you have a right to use these ride shares safely. Trust yourself. And while police say rideshare apps are typically safe to use, they recommend doing things like making sure the driver in the car matches what it says on the app. Share your ride with people you know, and if something doesn't feel right, ask the driver to pull over. Please help me! Please help me! That's reality right there kicking in. All right. I mean, even using these rideshare apps and I mean, a woman has to be careful all the way around. Okay, this is no joke. This is happening. Okay, so even more so, she would have had a man with her. That wouldn't happen. If she would have possibly been on the phone with her boyfriend, that might have been a deterrent too. Have him on, I mean, there's all kinds of deterrents. You know what I'm saying? But that in general is something that would possibly help. Like now, even on the Lyft app, they have it to where you'll only get women drivers that pick you up. But late at night, there are a lot of women don't drive because of safety issues. So, um, you know, this is a nifty situation indeed. That pride is disappearing. Okay? Walking out the house with your titties and your ass out is not the wisest thing to do. It wasn't, period, but especially now. Okay? Well, that's my body, my choice. Okay. And when somebody takes advantage of your body without your choice, what are you going to do? And that's increasing right now. And this happened by her house. They found her at a dead end by her crib. So it wasn't like she was like 10, 15 miles from her house. They said most accidents and killings that does happen near individuals like right outside their house or right up the street, real close to their household. Man. All right. So, hey, woe to you women that are at ease right now, man. Just gotta wake up.
Oh, hell no. Cracker Barrel, what the fuck? Keanu Reeves drive 33 miles away to a Cracker Barrel interview in Detroit. I mean, damn, 33 miles and Cracker Barrel? We already know the things that come behind them. Now she get done with the interview. Immediately she called her mom right after. So she stepped outside and then she told her mom like she don't think that the interview went well. It was a bad vibe and that she was gonna go back inside to use the bathroom. You know the fact that she about to get on the road and drive 33 miles. Not only that though, y'all, she did to her mama. Dude who did interview her, John Gacy, was asking her unsettled, uncomfortable questions, asking about her COVID-19 vaccination and if she an organ donor. So after hours passed, her mama is freaking out. She called and started looking for her daughter. But listen though, y'all, when the police get there, they look on the camera and they see her walking in the building, walking into the bathroom, but never come out. Now this when the story get good, but crazy at the same time. Y'all, Keanu Reeves have been found 900 miles away from her crib, alive. She was found roped and duct taped in the back of a refrigerator delivery van headed to Lopez Foods in Oklahoma. Now listen up, this in black and white. He said this is a major meat supplier for McDonald's. This how you know she was covered in love, you hear me? The state police had pulled him over for a tail light that was out. And that's when they discovered her. They did find her disoriented, but they did rush her immediately to the hospital. They did say she back in stable conditions and she getting the right treatment. Now the driver, 50-year-old Daniel Martinez, was arrested on the scene. He will be facing kidnap charges. Now he don't have no record, right? But he said that he was just making the regular routine meat delivery. That he never knew that she was in the back of the van. I don't know, y'all. Seemed a little weird. How did she move across state lines like that so quick and nobody don't know nothing? That he was in the back of a van? Fuck out of here. So I am glad, y'all, she is back home with her family, you know, and she's safe. Go do yourself. Oh, hell no. Cracker Barrel, what the fuck? Keanu Reeves, drive.
I mean, that shit was red flags all over that. And the fucking Cracker Barrel. You trying to go work at Cracker Barrel. I get it, though. You know, jobs are scarce and you trying to do it 33 miles. See, that's just not wise. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. A woman should never be driving 33 miles by herself from her house. Even if she did get the job, you working at Cracker Barrel and it's 33 miles away, you're a so-called black woman. That you just gotta be smarter than that. That's not wise in general. And how did they move her so fast? Because they got all of these underground tunnels, man. Speed tunnels at that. They showed you those speed trains in China, and it was elites use those trains all under every major city, man. So it's nothing to move a person 900 miles away. All right, take them to the other side of the state in a small amount of time. It's nothing. And trust and believe they was gonna take her and they was gonna make her into a McGriddle. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why y'all still eating all these fucking McShittles and Big Macs and Whoppers and shit. If y'all understood there's not enough cows on this fucking planet or grown in this goddamn or raised in this state to supply the amount of meat that you are getting on a daily basis in these fast food places. You better wake the fuck up, man. Okay? So, you know, the Lord was with her on that because she could have easily, and he probably, the dude that was driving, probably had no fucking clue. They don't tune them in. They don't let them know what's going on. They just tell them, hey, take this over here and pay them, and that's that. You know? But yeah, man. I mean, hey, the Most High was with her in that situation. But how many females are not so fortunate in these situations? This happens often as fuck. This is just the one situation in which, you know, like I said, the Lord was on her, you know, because the Most High wanted to have this exposed to the public, and now people are starting to wake up, see what's really going on, considering the times.
Hospital exposed, hiding a black woman's body, harvesting the organs. It's a damn shame. Put it up for a mask. California woman goes missing, is found in a morgue months later, with organs taken out of her body. It's Tanya Walker. Went missing in November of 2023, could not be found anywhere by the family. This prompted a thorough search throughout their home of Sacramento for months. The investigation officially began November 10th, when Tanya's family reported her missing to the police. It's not like Tanya Walker to do this, so they got police involved. Her sisters. The Walker's parents searched for months. Then a break came. A break in the case did not come until May 2024, several months later, when the DOJ noticed that she had been marked as deceased by the DMV. So a sheriff's deputy told the family that they had finally found Walker's body on a shelf in a morgue located on the outskirts of Sacramento. When family arrived, they were shown Miss Walker's body. Walker was missing her eyes and her epidermal, her skin. Was identified through the renderings of a tattoo on her arm. Walker's family discovered that she actually died in November 2nd of cardiac arrest. California-based medical organizations and nonprofit is now facing a civil lawsuit filed by Walker's family. Hospital exposed hiding a black woman's body.
Yup, fair use, fair use. All right, this is fair use in this video. Damn. And that organ harvesting, I did a video on that some years ago. And they get a lot of money for just your kidneys, your eyes. I mean, her skin. What they do is they take your skin. And ever since, the hard bondage slavery days, these white people came up with a technique. And you can boil the skin. Take Jake's skin, black skin, so-called black skin, right? And you boil it at 1,000 degrees. And once you boil it at that high temperature, the melanin starts to separate from the flesh. The melanin is a highly sought after commodity in this society. It says, as a high demand, I put in, how much is melanin sold for? It says, as a high demand biochemical compound for research, commercial melanin can cost several hundred dollars per gram. The price is high because melanin is difficult to extract, purify, synthesize. However, the substance is not traded on any commodity market and claims that it is worth more than gold and harvested from people are false. And that's fucking stupid. As you see, of course, that's just the damage control that Esau has. But nonetheless, we know that there's a hidden market for that. Obviously, they ain't got no market on the stock market for motherfuckers' eyes and their organs. Yet, you have a black market for it, right? Okay. It says, fungal melanin found that prices for melanin could reach nearly $500 per gram. And then what is melanin used for? Let's see that real quick. What is melanin used for? Hold on. And this is what it's used for. Melanin is used in cosmetics and pharmaceuticals for sunscreens and protective creams and medical treatment and its antioxidant and radioprotective properties and in organic electronics for creating components like solar cells and biosensors. It is also being explored for applications like space-based radiation protection and to enhance cell repair and cancer therapies. And who's the individual that's most prone to skin cancers? So-called white people. Look, they don't have to have a wide open market on the stock market for these things. It's so valuable. It's goddamn. Look how valuable it is. More valuable than a gram of gold. Talking about that's false. Yeah, okay, Google. Your lying ass. All right? Because what, somebody just pulled that out of their back pocket somewhere? No. The reality is, it's always been like that. Okay? They put melanin in sunscreen. And you know who needs sunscreen? Edomites, man. They need that motherfucking sunscreen. That tell the sun be cooking their asses. Skin and hair coloring, medical therapies, okay, advanced materials and technologies, organic electronics. Melanin is used for developing organic electronics like solar cells, batteries, and biosensors. And you see a large use in electrical batteries now because of these electric cars and vehicles. Space applications, goddamn, cancer therapy, antimicrobial, antiviral agents. Look, man, we've always been a commodity. All right. That's just how it's always been. These have always been hot commodities that America has dealt in, all right, all around the world. Because when this place goes down, a lot of people are gonna be mad because they cannot get these things anymore. All right, because America is the largest consumer on the planet, consumer nation. Revelation 18 and 12 says, nope, let's go up. It says, and this is talking about America, right? Babylon the Great. Revelation 18 and 13, and the merchandise of the earth shall, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, right? This is when those nukes hit this place and them angels pop up on it and destroy this place. But no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and the odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. That has always been a commodity for America. Now, of course, they have a black market for the souls of men because they don't want to openly do it. Of course, they're not able to. But this is the reality of the situation. So it's not hard to understand. It's just hard for people to want to believe it. All right, check this out.
Tell y'all true story. Peace up and watch this video to the end, ladies. Tell y'all true story. Peace up and watch this video to the end, ladies. Be careful. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. It's a men's gas station, and they go to use the bathroom. And there's a lock on the outside. What? So when you close the door, it locks you in from the outside. Come on. You have no way of getting out, and it's not on the men's. It's not. Tell me that's not fucking weird. That's weird. Nah. Come on. On the men's. Only on the men's. What? Not on the men's. They're trying to steal women. Trying to get them. Ladies, be careful. Why would they put a lock on the outside of the women's bathroom, but not on the men's? Shut up! You know what time is it, guys? What if there's an ST inside of there? You know, why would they want to lock you in? Because inside there might be a secret. Shh, don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys. You know what time is it? All that independent stuff you talk about. You don't need a man traveling, especially. You can't be out there alone. What are you? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys. You can see what's going on in the streets. Now ask yourself this. Why? Why would they put a lock there? Understand that. Adults ain't gonna be the only ones going in that bathroom. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that lady was talking about. She was just saying a whole bunch of stuff and put that lock up there for different reasons that we don't know nothing about. But everybody's okay and everything is just fine. Shut up! Understand what's going on here, guys. You've seen the movies. People go to the gas station, never come out. Husband goes looking for them, never finds her. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game right here, guys, and you know what time it is. Nah, I'm just playing around, guys. That was a movie. This is not real. But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever go to a gas station and I walk inside and there's a lock on the outside of the door, on the woman's bathroom, and now on the outside of the door, the man's bathroom, yo, get my 2 cents. Tell y'all true story. Peace up and watch this video to the end. Ladies, be careful.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, once again, multi women that are at ease. Look at that. All right. Ooh wee. You better wake the fuck up, man. You better wake the fuck up. Let's keep going.
Be aware, they are kidnapping people in plain sight. In crowds.
Fair use. Fair use.
A lot of times you think when people want to kidnap you, you think that they try to catch you by yourself. No, they're kidnapping people in Walmart. They're kidnapping people in the grocery store. They having people that seem to be from the church come up to you and tell you that they want to talk to you about Jesus. And they have these little books in their hand wrapped in plastic. One lady, it was wrapped in plastic and the books looked kind of cloudy. And they handed her the book and said, I would like to sell you these books. She held it, looked at it, and she was like, no, I don't want to purchase it. So she handed it back to the lady. Mind you, when she handed the lady the books back, the lady threw it in her backpack very fast, zipped it up real quick. And probably a few minutes later, she started to feel dizzy, as if she had taken something to be put under for surgery. And so she kind of stumbled around the store. And a lot of times when you feel sick, when you're out, your first instinct is to go to your car or try to make it to the bathroom and get away from everybody. But so happened, she happened to make it up to the pharmacy where there were people. But as she was on her way up to the pharmacy, she saw that same lady in a frantic texting on her phone, like she was texting the people that was trying to get her. So suppose she went outside to her car. They would have grabbed her and put her in the car. They sending young men, sending their own youth missions. Sometimes they're showing up at your door with these books. Yeah, it's sad. Stop taking these books. Because when you pass out, ain't nobody home, they can drag you right out to their car. I need y'all to spread the message because a lot of this is going on.
Well, to you women at all these, let's go.
Story about the lady who goes in to get her wisdom teeth taken out. They put her under anesthesia. She gets them taken out, wakes up, procedure was fine, everything's good. She goes home. About a month or so later, she starts feeling really sick, really bad. She is throwing up, just feels awful. I'm sure you can tell where this is going. So she goes to the doctor. She's like, what's going on? What's happening? Why am I so sick? Like, what is happening? They run all the tests. Everything comes back clear except for he's pregnant. She's like, there's no way I could be pregnant. I have not been sexually active in years. Like it's not possible. They determine how far along she is, trace back the time, and she's like, okay, like that's when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. So come to find out, the old male dentist office that she went to, everybody in the room with her was a male. Someone in the room, I've seen two different things. One says that it was the dental assistant, and the other one says that it was the dentist. So I don't know exactly which one it was. And I also know that there's more than one story like this. So I don't know for sure this story, which one it was. But one of the two took advantage of her while she was under anesthesia and got her pregnant. Story about the lady who goes in
Let me tell you something, they all hit that shit. Everybody that was up in that fucking room hit her. All right, all of them cracked her. Wasn't no one person. They all cracked her. They all had their chance. They all took advantage of her. One of them got her pregnant. Okay. And it's so far along that they're not able to use a grape kit to find that out. It wasn't just no one person. I saw the assistant hit it while the dentist was doing the teeth. Like, no, they all hit that shit, dog. All right. Let's keep going.
I know everybody probably didn't believe me, but that's why I said I'm gonna show my landlord the video and
That is like crazy.
And he get off of work tonight. I told him he better have took something.
If you ask women and girls what their main fear would be should the world end or society around them collapse, they're going to tell you that part of their fear is what men are going to do to them given the opportunity. And I think part of that is because women are walking around with the knowledge that what stops a lot of men from doing awful things to them is the idea that there might be a repercussion for them, for the man, if they were to be caught. and found out that society would know that they had done this thing, would judge them, that they would go to jail, like whatever. If you're a guy listening to this, I want you to think really carefully about some of the dudes that you know and what they would do to women and girls if they could guarantee that they would never be caught.
Shit.
There's a really poignant scene in The Walking Dead where one of the male characters says something like, if these guys find us, our men are going to be dead and our women are going to wish that they were. And as a former humanitarian aid worker, I was warned about this all the time. I was warned, like, if you go there and you are taken, they will kill the men, but what they will do to you is going to be so much worse. And also, as a humanitarian aid worker, I have been to countries and spoken to people who witnessed society collapse and the chaos around that because of like extreme weather events or natural phenomenon or even civil war. And the one thing that every one of those scenarios had was women and girls being raped and sexually assaulted. I went to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake, and I also went to Pakistan after a flood happened in the same year. And in both countries, I spoke to women who were raped or sexually assaulted by men within the chaos because men seized their opportunity to do something to these women and girls, knowing that it was highly unlikely, because it was chaotic, that they were going to be caught and held accountable for those actions. And the same thing happened when I went to Jordan a few years ago to speak to Syrian refugees. The women there told me of being raped and sexually assaulted when they were in Syria, when they were trying to escape the civil war, and also after they moved to Jordan and were living in refugee camps. Like, they were afraid to go to the toilet. They moved around in packs. Like, there was this knowledge in the back of their mind, like, there are men here who will seize the opportunity to do something to me because they don't feel like anything's going to happen to them as a result of doing that. Imagine being a man and only having to worry that the world might end or society might collapse, and not also having to worry about what the other gender will do to you if that happens. Like, some things are worse than death. And women are walking around with the knowledge that what keeps them safe is this tiny thread of a threat that men might pay the price if they do something like that. Once that's gone,
and men might pay the price from other men. And then shit, what the fuck you talking about? You understand something, man? You know, the homosexuals at an all-time high. You talking about men won't do what the fuck? Shit. At least as a woman, you get, I mean, unfortunately, it'd be an unfortunate thing to be raped. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine being a man and being repeatedly raped, and they set you aside just like you a woman. See, the natural use of a woman is to have a man to have sex with her. That's why she has a vagina. Shit, these motherfucking, hey, these dudes will fuck around and kidnap these men and gang rape the men. That shit is a common thing too. All right, so yeah, it ain't just the opposite. Hell, the fucking same sex. God damn, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is the reality. All right, I'm just telling it to you. I have any more.
Yeah, so I want you to know that if it is blue, it's not good. Automatic sign up for the draft for women is the blue here, and that is all of these states. You see that? All of these states? Yep. And then no, you wouldn't automatically be signed up is these states here, all your influencers, this here. You see how that's significantly less than everybody else? Okay. And then opt in are the pink. These small states, Illinois, or that's not Illinois, Louisiana, I think. I don't give a shit. It's still wrong. All these pink, and then opt out. You have to go and opt out. There's these small orange states. Yeah, that's a lot of people. Here's a list of all the states that will automatically opt women into the draft. Wow. And it just gets longer. It gets longer. Other states, including Iowa, Kentucky, New York, and Nevada, allow people to opt out while
Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Mississippi, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Those are the states that women will be drafted.
It gets longer. Other states, including Iowa, Kentucky, New York, and Nevada, allow people to opt out, while places such as Idaho, Indiana, Maine, Michigan, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, and Washington allow people to opt in. The last time a draft was activated was in the 1970s during the Vietnam War. I've seen this game, and I don't want to participate. I don't want to be in the Hunger Games this year. This is good news. Share it, save it. Ladies, share it, save it, so that you know which state to move to. Mwah.
Really don't fucking matter because Trump on the scene, every goddamn state is gonna be on that shit. Alright? I'm showing you this compilation of videos, let you know that shit is about to get rough really fast for the opposite sex.
Okay, so this is something that
Hold on. So let's get into that real quick. Alright. Let's get into that real quick. Let's get into a couple scriptures, right? Because yeah. This is let's go down a little bit. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right, so you women, to be honest with you, no man can have more than one woman according to the Bible. And the worse things get, everything is about to go through a great reset. The scripture says, seek ye out the old paths and walk therein. Everything is about to return back to its original way. This American dream is coming to an end. It's filled with pride and homosexuality. You see what happens, right? You let all of this shit go, you get America. All right. It says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that escape, that are escaped of Israel. Right. And we looking forward to that day, because if the Lord bless you to escape in that day, which are going to be his elect, hey man, you're going to have something to really give praise about, glory to his name, to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, because these times are not going to be like any other. Isaiah 32:2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, a storm, right? A cover from the storm. A rivers, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. A man is going to be necessary. All of these things are necessary. You in a desert without shade, you're going to dry up, man. You're going to burn up from the sun. All right. What does it say? As a river of water in a dry place. Damn, dog. You will die of thirst. You need these things. And this is how important men are and have always been. But the American dream has allowed a lot of our women to lead these independent lives, right? In this system that's unlike any other around the world. And that shit is coming to an end. All right, because that's not reality. This system that they have established here has never been reality. It's been set up to make you weaker. All right, but a man will be remembered for his role. A lot of women be asking, what are men good for? What are they useful for? Shit be crazy, man. They'd be like, what the fuck? So reality is striking fast. And the eyes of them that see shall not dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. It says, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. Reality, man. Reality will kick into place. Okay? And as I said, rise up, you women that are at ease. Okay? So, overnight, let's say the power cuts out all over the United States or in certain cities, reality kicks in. It's not going to be a gradual thing. You're going to hear screams. You're going to hear gunfire. You're going to hear people getting killed. You're going to hear women getting raped because that is the natural deterrent to these things, isn't it? All right. This is Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And compass is not to need, to go around. You know, that's a new thing in the earth. A woman don't need a man. Like, damn. That's coming to an end though. That experiment is finished. All right. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Ezekiel 16 and 49. Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom, pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and in her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. All right, this is spiritual Sodom, Egypt, Babylon, all of that rolled into one. America is. All right. And that fullness of bread, you can go, hey, that's why obesity is such a heavy thing, because especially amongst women, more obese women than men in this world, because they teach you that it's okay to be unhealthy in this place. All right. To go eat. Hey, a lot of women in this society don't know how to cook. They'll go to McDonald's. I know a lot of women that used to do that. Just go get a Happy Meal every night and shit, and then call it a wrap for their kids. And their kids be obese and unhealthy along with them, because they'll be sitting up eating that shit too. Oh, I just eat the fries. Like, that shit is all trash. It's all garbage. But that is it. You know what I'm saying? The fullness of bread, boy, that brings pride, man. Okay? And that is the reality of the situation. Jeremiah 4 and 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paintings, all right? You get all dolled up, you get these nice outfits, and though you put on the makeup on your face, right? The face with painting. In vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life. All lights go out. That's what's going to happen. Because there's a lot of men that are disgruntled because of the feminist agenda and you know, that divide that's been placed between men and women in this society, which is all an agenda. And you know, a lot of them cats, man, they ain't gonna hold back in that day. You know, they gonna seek your life, man. It says, for I have heard a voice of a woman in travail, and the anguish of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, that bewaileth herself, and that spreadeth her hands, saying, woe is me now. Woe means destruction. For my soul is weary because of murderers. In that day, it is going to be a nifty situation for a woman, especially without a man. All right, the time of Jacob's trouble is upon us, man. And that pride, hey, women better wake up. Women that are at ease, you better get it together while you still got us little portion of a window open. All right, because that reckoning is coming. Okay. So I'll do another one on this because of the times. I got some more videos, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, it's time for you women to wake up. If you at ease, it's time to wake the fuck up. All right, get your mind right. Pray to the Most High that He send you a man of the Lord, and get humble, man. Time to get humble and be humble, man. All right, with that, you know, pray you are edified. Till the next time I bid you shalom.